to Motherhood Unhinged. My name's Chandra.
Courtney.
Chelsea.
And it's been what seems like forever. We had a little break.
Literally forever.
Holidays.
A long time.
Work.
A
business,
lot has happened in this
life.
last month and a half,
motherhood.
I'd say.
Yeah.
It's a lie.
We've
It's a lot
had
going on.
So much going on, but we are back today. It is Monday. It's the start of a week.
Right after Easter, mind
Easter.
you. I think I'm gonna post this today.
Okay.
I think this is gonna be real live. We have a lot to talk about.
I dig it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Easter has been a very emotional holiday this year for everyone.
We were talking about how earlier before we started recording, like, it's hit each of us more this year now in the present than it ever has. And I think a big thing for me is I feel like I am way deeper in my faith now than I've ever been.
Amen, sister.
And I'm like hungry. Like, I want more.
I want more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know all the things.
I would literally sit and talk. I'd sit here and talk about Jesus all day. I'm so serious. Everything you learn about him, the more and more I learn, it's just fascinating. Truly.
I see a lot of these videos pop up on my time feed, and I'm like, I want to go to Jerusalem. I want to see all that.
Yeah.
Those places. Like, that'd be a fun trip, and especially to do with, like, friends and sisters.
I was
like,
thinking that earlier. You guys were, like, going hard, getting
Yeah.
deep. And I'm like, I just think it's cool because I do feel like I don't know near
should
what you
travel
were
and
even
blog
talking
it.
about. I'm like,
I just learned that on the podcast, so don't give me too much credit. Don't give me too much credit.
we could travel and blog it. That'd be so fun
That would
to
be.
do.
I would love to go see where Jesus had lived and got crucified. I think that would be one of the. Just to imagine the emotion you would feel. I've been super emotional, and I always have been about Christ. So, could you imagine the emotion that would? I think I'd fall to my knees if I was in Jerusalem in that vicinity. There's
crazy.
no way.
I was telling them how it's hit us a lot harder too this year, and like been more involved in it. And Good Friday service at our church and Easter service at our church was by far the best two services
so good.
that we've been to yet. And like the worship team has just been, they killed it, like literally killed it. And our kiddos are so like deep into it now, and they're like, we can't miss church, you know.
Oh, good.
So
I
every
love
Wednesday
that.
they're like, we're going to church, Dad. We're going to church. You know, I love that, and we're always blasting the worship music. And so last night we sat down as a family and watched The Passion of Christ because we wanted to watch it since Good Friday. And I think it was really eye-opening for them. And just like thinking we could actually go and be in that area, you know, in the room, you know, where those things happened.
Yeah.
That would just be, I don't know, so interesting in my opinion.
Oh, 100%. I mean, on Friday, if you guys didn't see that TikTok on Friday, I literally, it slapped me in the face while I was getting ready that morning that I was just, it was another day for me, another Friday. Mm-hmm. And then I realized that it's a regular day for me, but in that exact moment, Jesus was literally being tortured.
yeah.
That's awful. It's brutal.
And we did that to him. I think that's what hurts the most. Mm-hmm. You know, now that I'm older, as a kid, you're ignorant bliss, right? Mm-hmm. You think all these little things, you don't really realize the depth of it. And then like realizing that we're just as bad as the Romans that put him on the cross. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I read one of the comments on like an article over the Passion of the Christ, and it had stated that one of the families that sat down to also watch it had somebody, you know, from that religion in their household, and she looked at him after the movie and goes, we did that to him. Mm-hmm. And they're like, yeah, like this is historically what happened. And she merged and converted her Christianity after that.
There's so many. I just love all the stories. I love all the testimonies of people coming to Christ. It makes my heart explode. Truly.
Yesterday at church, we were talking about, it was a record-breaking Sunday, especially Easter, at our church. And literally, I don't know if you noticed it, but I went to second service because they had 3 services at our church this year because so many people, it's just a growing.
Oh, wow.
But we attended second service, but I served prior to that. And then I stayed for third service and served for a little bit. But the amount of new faces in that place, like so many more people just coming.
And I hope, and I know that's always a thing around holidays, and I love it because my church was literally, they had to put more chairs out. I love that. However, you got to do it all year, guys.
I know.
You cannot just show up on the holidays, please.
this isn't me being mean, but Trent calls them keisters, Christmas and Easters.
Yeah. No, truly.
He's
they're
like, yeah.
that's, and I'm not saying that to be judgmental or mean or anything like that. I just,
It takes more than twice a year.
yeah.
Well, if
Truly, get
you're
into
showing
it.
up for Jesus or God on a holiday, why? Why just the holiday? Why not every day?
Because it's a check mark. That's another thing that we were talking about in church is that a lot of Christians just do it to check the box. Oh, this is Easter. This is about Jesus. We have to go to church.
Yeah.
But they don't implement that into your everyday life. And you're missing out. It's not because, I'm sitting here trying to crucify you and make you feel bad. You're just missing out on all the good from not being with him every single day. Now I'm not a saint here, babes. There's a lot of times I miss my Bible study. There's a lot of times that I don't pick up my book. However, I know that I need to get better at it, and I just hope everybody else takes a step forward to be better at it too, because when you start learning, man.
And once you start going, you can't miss.
Missing
Missing
you feel
Wednesdays.
bad.
We literally went to on vacation last week.
Oh yeah, we're
or
gonna
week
bring this
before.
up. We've also
And-
been gone on vacation, so
And to miss Sunday, and then we missed Wednesday, then we missed Sunday. And then I was kind of happy they didn't have Wednesday service because Good Friday. I'm like, good, at least we're not missing another Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we were able to make it to Good Friday. But I'm like, that's rough when you have to miss.
Yeah. It makes you feel bad.
Yeah.
It's that time that you're like, perfect example. Tomorrow I have my Bible study that I've been going to at my church, and we have, oh my gosh, Maverick has a game, Bentley has a game. Then we have, Evie was tagging along somewhere. And then I also have my Bible study. Now, both of the games are in 2 different cities. So I'm like, I really want to go to my Bible study. So, I mean, I'm going to have to figure it out because I really don't want to miss it. That's like something I truly enjoy, and that's like my time.
yeah. Like on Saturday mornings, we have a group of ladies at church, and it's called the Walk and Talk. And so like you pray and you walk and you talk and all that stuff. And it's been rained out the last couple times. And then yesterday was church, and then today we have what we call like the Holy Home. It's like a decluttering and faith life group that me and Courtney are in. So it's like I look forward to going to that on Monday evenings. But we have basketball tonight. Josh is on 3rd shift, so he works till 7, and Lexi has cheerleading.
Yeah.
So James has OT. So I literally have to get the baby from the daycare and go to OT and drop one off at cheerleading, and then drop all of them off at grandparents so that they can take Jordan to basketball and pick Lexi up from cheer so I can go to my life group. And then Josh can go coach basketball. Like, man, motherhood again.
It's chaos. But I do think it's really cool that you guys are able to be that busy and still make him a priority.
Yeah. I mean,
Or
like
your
you
life
said,
group or whatever it is.
Josh knows that. It's like I need that hour and a half, 2 hours to
It fills your
give
cup.
me. Yeah.
honestly. And Bentley, that's when you said that. Bentley was like, Mom, you've done a lot this week. I said, what do you mean? He's like, you went to church like 4 times. I said, well, 4 times. And he's like, well, you have your Bible study. I said, yeah, I had my Bible study Tuesday. We went to good service on Friday. Saturday, they one of the girls that leads the Bible study had invited us for worship at her barn. That's literally right next to my church. So we went to that. And I had to cut it early because sis was just not having it. But we showed up.
Yeah.
And then we had church on Sunday. And I was like, yeah, son, the more I feel myself with Jesus, the lot less that I am.
And I think there's
lose my
something to
cool.
be said about that because, yeah, you guys are busy with your kids and their activities, but I think that them seeing you being busy, but also making him a priority or showing up for things that are going to fill your cup within your Christianity, like,
Hopefully
I think
they'll do
they're
the
going to
same.
learn that.
I hope so. I truly.
Like I said, my bigs are really involved. They're like, oh, we get to go serve, or we're going to serve today. Or like, they're all about Wednesday and Sundays. I love it. Are your kids involved?
No, not as much as I want them to be, and I'm hoping to get there. But I did, in their Easter baskets, they all got like like Maverick got a action Bible. They had the action adventure Bible book, but this one was like about the apostles, I think it was maybe, or the disciples. And he started reading it in the car on our way to somewhere. And he's like, Mom, we should read this book. I said, yeah, we should. And he goes, did you know that God makes rainbows as a sign that he's not going to flood the earth again? I said, yeah, isn't that really cool and interesting? And he goes, that's really cool. So it made my heart explode when he was like so eager to read the book and was reading it in the car.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that Bentley will take, because I got him like an action Bible, what is that? A devotional type thing. So I just need to now make it more of a priority that all of us at night, or it'd have to be at night, we can't do it in the morning, but at night right before bed, all of us sit down. I do my study, let them do their, because Maverick also has one, but let them do the study too, so we can all do it together and learn together. Because I tell you what, I learn more from those kids' books than I do the actual.
You got to
Right.
start
Yeah.
somewhere.
It's like a lower level. It's easier to read.
It's
Like
for
I
dumb
even
people
like
like me.
watching the little minnow YouTube
Oh, the minnow?
videos
Yeah.
that the kids watch at the daycare, or at the Sunday school too. They're easy to understand.
comprehend, because
Yeah.
we're all a little dumb.
Oh, I'm illiterate when it comes to the Bible, to be honest.
I think it's good if the kids start young. I feel like hopefully they're not big brats when they get older.
Well, we're brats still. I mean, I'm a brat, so I don't know if that's going to cut it, but it will instill good morals
Yeah.
and a good pattern and relationship with God, and to rely on Him instead of relying on the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you say you're illiterate?
Yeah.
Why?
When it comes to the,
The
Bible,
Bible?
Because
have you read that book?
Yeah, there's tons of different versions, so I feel like you got to just find the one that works for you.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
have you went to the Christian bookstore?
No.
They're always closed on Mondays, which
No.
sucks. Because we
I know. We always want to
trip.
take a field trip, but we can't.
But you have to
Everything
go.
we want to do on Mondays is closed.
I love
know.
though that our pastor, he'll like be going and going and going on a tangent, and he'll be like, you should read your Bible, it'll change your life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I really need to do that, but it's hard.
It is hard. It truly is hard. I have the CSB, the Christian Standard version, and it's a study Bible, and I feel like that one's pretty good. But I think the most, oh my gosh, I'm being illiterate. The word was right. The most consumable one, I guess, for lack of the word I was actually wanting to use, I think is the NLT version. Mm-hmm. The new, nope, what is that? New.
I
something.
know.
New Living Testament or so. No, that can't be it.
I know.
New
what you're talking
Standard
about.
something. I don't know. Whatever the NSL, NLT,
Yeah.
something like that. I think is the most
Yeah.
dumbed down version, like with the words that we can understand. And they have a whole bunch of Hosanna Revival books that are beautiful at that Christian bookstore.
I want to go.
In that version.
We were driving.
If anybody from the Christian bookstore is watching, we need you to be open on Monday.
They
just a little short.
They
time.
saw my TikTok because I did TikTok at their store, and I go in there a lot. Clearly, because now she kind of knows who I am. And she's like, hey, thanks for the shout out on TikTok. We're working on our own TikTok. I said, you should absolutely do that, because you would be shocked how many people like comment and see that stuff and are likely to come in because they see it. And she's like, yeah, a lot of people didn't even know we were here. I was like, exactly.
Is Monday the only day they're closed?
Sunday and Mondays.
I get Sunday.
Yeah. Sundays are obvious.
Yeah.
And then Mondays, I mean, I feel like a lot of businesses are closed on Mondays for whatever
Right?
reason. So
I said in Perryville, it's like Chin is always closed on Mondays, and I'm like, and so is 5 Star. If one was open, one would be getting a lot of business because you always wanted that on a Monday.
that's true. But, it is what it is.
But no, I do
just
want to
gotta
go.
make
I've
it.
never been.
Yeah, you got to make it. They have, just be warned. And they have a whole kids section too, so you can get something
love
from
that.
Little Langston.
I
just
got me
love
a new
that
hat,
store.
and it's the Make Heaven Crowded hat. And Jordan goes, I want that hat. So I got to get him a hat.
And they have
Aw, I love
wallets for
that.
kids in there too, or like wallets for men. Dude, I'm telling, just go. Now, when you go to pay and you're like, oh my gosh, because you have just filled your cart, it's not my problem.
Yeah.
And you're supporting local, so I
Yeah.
never worry about the bill. I'm just like, here, pay it. Here's the card.
I'll worry about it later.
Hey, you
Yeah.
could be blowing that money somewhere
else.
on way less important stuff.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
all Jesus. So, man, I don't know. So that's where we've been. We'll just sit
We're
here and
just
go on
on
a
our
tangent
little-
forever.
yeah,
I'll
our
go on
Easter.
I don't know what she's trying to do over here, what timeline. I don't look any of that.
Chelsea
So-
just wings it.
This
I
one was
just wing
just more of getting back into our groove and being like, hey, we're still here. We haven't been putting it off. We've wanted to. We had kiddo sick. Langston got his ear tubes. We were in Disney at vacation.
Yeah, with a little guy being sick, and I think your whole
Me,
family was
Trent,
sick.
and Langston all tested positive for flu B in one day.
And you guys were
Oh
sick
my
for
God.
several weeks and then got healthy and then we're
Hey,
sick
scoot
again.
in a little this way.
Oh, you guys want to see me?
And then that caused us not to be able to record that Monday because you had to rebook your clients. 'cause
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
a hairstylist, so I mean you had to
Yeah.
use your day off that you typically get to catch back
Yeah.
up.
And then
so.
our vacation was a Wednesday to a Wednesday, so we missed that Monday.
Life's just been busy.
It's
But we had a
really,
great time.
really busy. And yeah. But
but we back.
we're back and better than ever. I feel like my cup is so full. I just love Jesus. I just love it. Oh man. And then I'm listening to this podcast about I think it's called the Shroud of Turin, but it's like the linen cloth that Jesus was wrapped in, and they found it, and they did like I can't remember. It's like a reverse image is what it's called. And you can actually see like his face in it. Go down the rabbit hole. I promise you're not going to be disappointed. It is so
What was the
interesting.
podcast? What was you said, Doctor?
Let me see. I think it's show. Hold on.
So in real life, if we go look at this, we can see it.
Sean Ryan show on YouTube is where I was watching it, and it is Jeremiah Johnston, The Shroud of Turin and the Resurrection of Jesus, and it's got literally 1.3 million views. It was posted 3 days ago. He is so
1.3
knowledgeable.
million views in 3 days.
Yes, and it should have a lot more than that about Jesus. But I tell you what, this guy's so knowledgeable. He's went all over the world. He has and this is where I learned that I think, and I told them this when I walked in because I just could not wait to tell them on the air. This year specifically, he was saying in there that this year, April 3rd, was the exact date.
Start with how you preface it. She said, "Have you been feeling it harder this year?" And I said, "Actually, yeah."
Emotionally.
Like, it's weird.
Like
how
the second that Chelsea walked in the door.
she
Yeah.
said, "Is it hitting you guys harder this year?" And I'm like she kind of read my mind, like, or my feelings or my emotions, or like I feel like.
And then Courtney started, and she's like,
I'm like,
yeah.
why? And then
And I just assumed it's because we are like
Deeper in
more
our faith.
full and deeper in our faith this year. But I mean, when Chelsea started talking, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
this guy goes on to explain that this year specifically, on April 3rd, was the exact date of 33 AD, I believe, was when Jesus actually died. Like, and that's how it fell this year, was on Friday, April 3rd. And then April 5th, Sunday of 33 AD, was when he rose, which is April 5th of this year. So I don't know. It's crazy. And obviously I don't know all the logistics of how they know it's all scientific and stuff. Go watch at YouTube because he goes very much into it. I haven't gotten to that part exactly. I got to that like clip of it on TikTok, which is what led me down the rabbit hole originally. And dude,
you need to send that in our motherhood chat so I can watch it later when I'm driving.
because it is, oh my gosh. And then he goes on to like give him the host, the
It
doctor.
makes me emotional.
No, seriously, the doctor Jeremiah, he gave the host of the show, Ryan, a replica of the exact spear that pierced Jesus's side. A replica of it. And come to find out, the spear had pierced Jesus's side in between his 5th and 6th rib, is what they were saying, and they can tell that because of that Shroud of Turin where the blood stain was. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you right now, there's so many things that I had no idea about until we got deeper into our faith, which makes you go down rabbit holes. And when you start learning about this and truly what he went through and all the things, I mean, I also think it hit me really hard this year that Jesus lived a perfect life. Do you guys not understand that? You know what I mean? Sinless. He did not sin one time. How is that possible? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. When it's like we're born into sin and
Yeah.
it's easy every day to do something that is not the way you're supposed
And
to
then
do
how
it.
like Satan tempted him
Yeah.
to turn the rocks into food or whatever
I
it
think
was.
it's crazy how much we do truly sin on a day-to-day basis. And then you do think about this perfect human. But as I've gotten deeper in my faith, are you guys more aware? Like I might say something or do something and I always catch myself being like,
That's your conviction. That's your
like,
discernment.
oh God, I
Probably shouldn't have
should
done
do
that.
Or I
shouldn't say
check Trent a lot more now. He'll say something and I'm like, you probably shouldn't say that.
that. Yeah. Like
I do pull the WWJD. Like, come on, dude.
WDG, I wear that all the day every
My
day.
husband says, "What would Josh do?"
Oh, for God's sake. Josh, this isn't about you, okay? It's about Jesus. But,
oh gosh,
yeah, dude, I just love Jesus. And it's like unbelievable, honestly. I've prayed a lot recently too, and just like talked to him like I just don't, it's almost unbelievable. Like, how did you live this sinless life? and then choose to do it. Like, and that was another thing I learned, not this year specifically. I knew this, I think, last year. Dude, if you're hearing feedback, I'm trying. That's why I keep moving this mic around. This is junk.
Bogus.
We need set up here. He literally was so scared he was sweating blood when he was praying in the garden to God, and literally asked him if there was any other way to please let him not have to do this. Do you know how scared? That makes my heart ache. Like, he was so scared. And that's a medical thing. Like, you can actually sweat blood, but you have to be under severe
What is it?
distress.
Ton of stress.
Is
I
that
was
what
gonna
it's
say
called?
no. There's
There's
like a
There's
terminology.
I think it
starts with an
something,
H or something.
Something, yeah. But it's an actual medical, and he was sweating blood. For him to be under that much stress, to be sweating blood, he had to have been absolutely terrified.
Makes the stress I feel on a day-to-day basis be like
Pathetic.
pathetic.
Are you kidding?
Just rupturing all of his veins.
So yeah, this stuff makes me so emotional. I just can't. I will sit and if I think about it too much, I literally will spiral, because there's not a single person on this earth. Like, we always say, that's the thing, is you always say, like, I would die for my kids, and which I'm sure we all would. But the way Jesus died, there's absolutely no way that I know myself wouldn't have been able to do it. And no matter if you wanted to protect your kids or not, there's no way you would have even survived it, let alone walked into it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And he did that for all of us. We didn't even exist yet. We weren't even a thought, okay? This is centuries ago. And he knew that he had to do it. He didn't have a choice. Like, he's like, I have to save these people. I had to come be the living sacrifice. They even said that his back was so torn apart that his spine was rubbing against the cross, and that he'd have to, like, somehow, like, push up on the
Foot pedestal.
Yeah, the nail or whatever to breathe. He had to, like, push up in order for him to even get a breath in, because of the immense torture that he had went through. And they also think that the nails actually went through his wrists. But I think in the Bible it actually says, "Don't you see the holes in my hands?" To
In the palm.
to Thomas, I think, was the one that didn't believe that he had rose yet. I need to find the scripture. What scripture is that? You guys carry on while I find it.
Well, the whole thing about whenever they speared him to the hematodosis, like when he's sweating the blood.
Is that what it's called?
It's like, he had sweated everything out. Like, he had lost every ounce, of everything. Like, that whole experience, the whole phenomena, the whole event. Like, can you imagine giving everything you have? Like, we say, oh, we gave it all. We gave it our all. We really have no idea.
We've like literally given nothing.
Yeah.
No, I mean, truly. And like you were just saying, like, all of these problems that we think we have are so, like, even our biggest problem is nothing compared to what he had to do.
Well, and you said you watched Passion of the Christ with your kids, and Josh had kind of made the comment to them, like,
Josh told him, like, if you think your life is rough and you have a bad moment, like, this is what Jesus went through. It's way harder than anything
Anything that we
experience
ever.
or that we ever will experience.
20. I think it's John 20, 27. Let's see. Yeah, so it is Thomas. Jesus Thomas, this is John 20. This is starting at 24. And now Thomas, one of the 12, called the twin, was not with them when Jesus came. So the other disciples told him, "We have seen the Lord." But he said to them, "Unless I see in his hands the mark of the nails and place my finger into the mark of the nails and place my hand into his side, I will never believe." 8 days later, his disciples were inside again, and Thomas was with them. Although the doors were locked, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here and see my hands, and put out your hand and place it in my side. Do not disbelieve, but believe." Thomas then answered, "My Lord, my God." Oh my gosh. Could you just imagine?
Being in a group with doors closed, he appears and makes it evident.
And the emotion as, like, the disciples, like Peter denying him, and then realizing that. And we do that every day, you know, like we choose to sin regardless if we know or not. And then I just couldn't, being a disciple and then seeing that he came back is just beyond words. It is truly incredible. And part of me is selfish because like I wanted to be that. I want to meet Jesus. You know what I mean? But he says, you know, blessed be those that believe and not see, you know, or I don't think that's the exact quote unquote, but oh man. Thomas, that's us. I mean, a lot of people don't believe because they can't see it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's
a lot of people
true
don't
shame.
want to believe because they can't see. You know what I mean?
Or they don't want to conform their lives. They don't want to be different. Mm-hmm. You know, they don't want to give up all these worldly things because they think that is better than conforming your life to how Jesus said that we should live. And I know worldly things are awesome and cool, some of it, but like, I don't know. I just had this epiphany the other day too. Like, there's a part of me that always thought I'd have a problem truly giving up drinking. Like, not because I drink all the time. I actually never drink, but like, I never wanted to get to a part where like we had a party, like somebody's birthday party. You go, you know, those moments where you're just like, you don't plan on doing anything or getting drinking or whatever. And or your birthday comes and you're like, oh my gosh, let's have a drink, blah. And then it just turns into a whole thing, right? Everybody's been there and done that. And I always thought there's a part of me that's like, you know, what if I can never show up to a party and like not be able to drink? And then it hit me the other day, like, I don't even crave that anymore. Like, there's been so many times that I have showed up somewhere and have not drank or drank one and been like, man, that doesn't even taste very good. And I truly believe it's because I've been praying on it. I don't want to do it. I think Jesus is literally changing me from the inside, saying, like, that's not, who cares about that? Like, do you really like waking up hungover? Do you really like not having the memories of the night before? Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I haven't, like I said, I haven't done that in years. But there was always a part of me, and I don't know if it's because, you know, my mom's an alcoholic and it runs in the family, so I've always been afraid that that's the path that I might go down just because. But, like, that's not even a second thought.
I think it was always, like, a FOMO thing for me.
Yes, a FOMO,
like,
for sure.
Like, if everybody else was doing it, like, I had to do it to where I could be a part of it or fit in or be in the pictures or be a part of the stories. And I mean, you guys were there. I went through a big party phase.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think all of us did. Shandy's probably the only one that
she
really
was probably
didn't
the
have
better one. She actually would probably tell you that she was worried about me.
Yeah.
But it is crazy. Like, I have zero desire.
Me and Josh just will order a beverage every so often when we go to dinner together.
And that's fine.
That's totally different.
Yeah.
Like a little social dinner, you know.
I mean,
date,
like the dinner we all went when you invited us to that fancy thing or whatever. Well, we had like
pairing.
2 or 3. The
wine pairing.
Every entree they'd bring out like a sampling.
And it wasn't even, you know, they filled the bottom of your glass pretty much. Yeah. So I mean, and that was fine. And then we ended the night and
went home to our kids.
I think literally. And we were all fine the next day. Nothing bad happened. But I always get scared. Like, you get to the part where you start feeling tipsy and you start feeling good and you're like, oh, let's keep going. You know what I mean? I've always been afraid of not being able to just be like, like, this is it. This is enough.
And now it's just like a flip of a switch. Like
my cussing. You guys know how bad I used to cuss. It was every other word, I feel like. And now if I even have one slip up, it almost tastes funny. Like,
you kind of feel like nasty.
Yeah, truly. And then, like, when Brandon does it a lot, that's one of the things that he has not been convicted on. Now everybody's conviction's different. Just because I don't cuss doesn't mean that, you know, you're worse than me because you cuss. Everybody's convictions are different. Pray on it. He'll expose it. That's what happened to me. I prayed on it. I watched, you know, this one specific YouTube channel, Girls Gone Bible. They were talking to George Janko about representing Christ and
Girls Gone Bible.
Isn't that cute? It's kind of cool. And it's 2 girls that always, you know, talk about Jesus and their testimonies and all that. And I remember this episode talking to George Janko, who is also another God-fearing man that has his own podcast. But they were talking to him about, you know, life in your tongue, like, and wanting to represent Christ. And do you think Jesus walking around cussing at everybody? No. You know what I mean? And if you want people to see Christ through you, then you have to be able to present yourself more Christ-like. And that just hit me specifically. And I'm like, oh man, if I'm cussing at everybody and saying all these cuss words all the time, that's not going to represent Christ. You know what I mean? That people aren't going to look at me and be like, man, I see God in her. And that's what I want. That's what I've been praying for so badly. And Maverick, I don't know. I think this is God being funny in a way, because Maverick, for whatever reason, just recently, I don't know why. I'm telling you, this has to be fully God, because I've been praying a lot about how I want people to see Christ through me. I want to represent God better. I want, you know how you just meet those people. Yeah. You know, you just meet those certain people in your life that you're just like, oh my gosh, you're a huge light. Mm-hmm. Like my grandma was one of them. You just look at these people and like, man, you are on fire for God. Like I can just see it without even having to speak to you too much. You know what I mean?
That's what you want to be.
That's what I want to look like. That's how I want to be. Well, Maverick's been recording me a lot lately, just randomly. I'll look up and he has my phone recording me. And then I'll go back through these videos and I see how just negative I look. My face is just not welcoming. And I'm like, is this a joke, God? Are you trying to show me something? Like, why is he recording me? All the time. And then Brandon's like, yeah, you always look mad. And then the boys are like, yeah, Mom always looks
Isn't
mad.
that something a husband's just supposed to say?
Yeah. And I'm like, oh man,
I think
always
Trent
look
asks
mad.
me like 20 times a day, what's wrong?
Yeah, why are you mad?
I
You
said,
upset?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
But if you keep asking me what's wrong, then something might be wrong.
Yes.
Seriously.
Oh my gosh. So now I'm working on that. I'm like, man, I have that RBF real bad. I really need to fix that because I want to be welcoming to people.
Yeah.
But then you get those times where I feel like some people just tell me their life story and I'm like, why are you telling me this? Does my face look welcoming? Because I feel like half the time it doesn't.
Yeah,
you know,
maybe you do give them like that
I
presence.
don't know. Apparently not my kids, because they always think I'm mad about something. I'm like, well, what'd you do today?
Maybe that means they'll behave more.
I don't know, man. I hope so. But anyways, I mean, I feel like I'm just kind of rambling over here. What about you
No,
guys?
you're good. I mean, we were supposed to talk about Jesus and Easter and all that stuff anyways, just to get back in the groove.
I just love
Yeah,
them.
I think that's what this episode's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any
Let's-
interesting facts you've learned lately about God? Or have you had any convictions? Have you been praying on something that you want?
I like how a pastor basically said like it is finished. The word for it is finished. Telestai.
Oh, in Greek or
Yeah, how like it basically
German?
has
No.
like, you know, finished it at the war zone, finished it, you know, at the cross.
Yeah, he said the battlefield. He referenced to like a lawyer who said, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Because he went through this whole thing. He said they say telestai, but in a different way. And he kind of went off like what they say in a battlefield during a war, what they say in a courtroom with a lawyer serving a sentence. And then what was the last one?
I know, I literally just like
I don't know, but the power behind his voice and the way that he said, we will never be able to say it is finished.
Like we don't have
But
anything.
he fought this
fought the fight.
He
paid the debt.
served that sentence. Whatever the third one is.
It was so good. I was the whole time thinking, I was like, is this being recorded? Because I sure hope it is. Like,
It's like I
want
want, like how I can't even tell you now in this moment what was said. Like I know what was said, but I can't relay the message. But that's what I wish we could go back and watch them.
I wish it
again.
was recorded.
are they not recorded? Like mine records every one
Kate
and it's
records
posted on
theirs,
YouTube.
but I really wish Perryville would start recording.
I think
Oh,
that's
man.
something that they're looking to do in the future, but just not there yet. But that is one thing. I'm like, I take it in, and when I leave, I feel so full. And like I even looked at Trent after Good Friday service, and I'm like, that was amazing. Like
It was
amazing.
palpable this weekend.
Yeah. And
Palpable.
Palpable.
and Trent said, yeah, that was so good. And I said, I'm pretty certain that was the best Good Friday service I'd ever sat through.
100 times.
And then Easter, that was so good too. But I do just wish that was something. And I do take notes during church, but I did not take notes on Good Friday or Easter because I just was so focused on what he was saying and wanting to take it in. But I do wish that I could just...
You were talking about that song that they sang before we went on vacation.
Oh, Make Room.
Make Room.
Did you listen to that song, Chelsea?
Which one?
Make Room?
So
I
good.
think so, but I don't remember.
Oh,
Is it
man.
good?
Yes.
I need to listen to it on the way home after my
It
podcast.
We'll have to listen
Literally-
to it after we get done recording.
It
this.
literally, we were in, it was the Sunday before we left for Disney, and that song came on. The worship team was singing it at church, and I don't know what hit me. I was really stressed that week. Stupid stress. But literally, that
stress.
song hit me like a ton of bricks, and I had literally had a tissue in hand, and I could not stop crying. My mom and Trent both to my right and left, and they're just like could tell something was wrong. But like, worship time at church is just like my time.
Dude, I tell you what, it's my kids are used to it now. They used to comment all the time. I think they ignore it now, but I'm always I'm constantly crying in church. I don't even wear makeup anymore. Truly. This just came out because I'm trying to research where he says it's finished in the Bible, because also his last words are recorded in Luke, I think in all 4 of the Gospels, but Luke 23 is where I'm getting this. 23:43 is the last. No, not 43. It's 23:46. And then Jesus, calling out with a loud voice, said, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." And having said this with his last breath, just gave me chills. And also, where I was going with this is I was looking at that, and then I was scrolling up, and like, he literally prayed for the people that put him on the cross. Mm-hmm. And Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do."
That's why the other gentleman that was on the cross, he's praying for you. Like, he's praying for these people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all in Luke 23. That's where you should go to read this. But, and then, I sit here and think about like how hateful I've been to people and how I can't let things go.
Well, and especially towards those that have done wrongdoing to us. He wants you to forgive them more than anybody.
More than anyone.
Else.
Yeah. And I think somewhere in the Bible too, it says,
Doesn't
like,
it say
forgive
like
them
he
77
who,
times.
he who does not forgive will not be forgiven?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To get into heaven,
That
you
is
got to be
so
able to
hard,
forgive.
too.
And that's hard, but
That's very hard. And that's another thing that I've learned. I know we're all over the place, guys. Sorry. It's just how we think.
or
me
from left to
specifically.
right field.
Yeah. But like, that's another thing too, is like, faith without works is dead. Like, a lot of people misconstrue that by, thinking that your works is what's going to get you in heaven. Ultimately, it's not. Like, there's nothing you could do. You could try to walk the perfect life, and that still wouldn't be good enough to get into heaven. That's not the point.
Actually,
Jesus came for
we
that.
talked about that at church the other day too. He's like, we'll never pray enough. We'll never tithe enough. We'll never do enough, like be enough,
Ever.
work enough.
Which I'm sure, like, an untrue Christian can take that in a wrong way. Like, you'll
yeah.
never be enough. But really, it's not.
yeah,
what,
so what's the point?
Yeah,
that's
so what's
not
the
what
point?
that's not what it's really meaning.
Yeah, and I think another thing that I'm starting to learn is that I think people also get scared of change because they try to do it all themselves. You're not going to change on your own. I'm here to tell you that right now. It's not going to happen overnight. You got to pray about it a lot. You got to get into your word. And literally, Jesus, let him do it. Don't, like, if you're a really bad cusser like me, don't be like, okay, I'm not going to cuss tomorrow. You can try, but pray on it. And if it's a month, 2 months, 3 months, and you're still praying on it, eventually that conviction will kick in, and it will, like Courtney was saying, it literally just, you instantly feel it. As soon as you cuss, you're going to be like, ooh, something didn't feel right about that. And that's Jesus changing you. Let him do it. That's the thing that I think I'm starting to understand, is that everything that I do is not going to be on me alone. I have to allow him to come in and change me from the inside out, to where I start replicating him from him, not from me. I'm not ever going to be able to do that on my own. Any of it. So anything you struggle with, you got to let him take over. And I know a lot of people are like, well, what do you mean? I mean, you have to also do the work too. Yes. But however, on these bigger things that you're struggling with, if you it's just like, if you're trying to focus so hard onto something, you're going to end up losing that spark for it, and you're going to give up. Like working out. Perfect example, working out. You want the body, you start going to the gym 3 days or 5 days a week at the beginning of the year, New Year's resolution, blah, 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 blah. The first month goes by, you might do good. Then the second month comes and it starts becoming repetitive. You're like, you know what? I'll go tomorrow because I got this thing today. And then tomorrow comes and you're like, maybe I'll go for 30 minutes and I'll just do a quick workout and then, get on
And
with
you
my
just
day.
totally
And
fall off the wagon.
It falls off the wagon because you're relying on you. You're relying on you being able to complete these things and do these things and change these things. And it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You will fail every single time. If you pray on it a lot and you allow Jesus to change you from the inside out, you will feel it. You will feel differently about what you're doing when it's in his time for you to change. So don't worry about the change right away. Worry about getting to know him, where he came from, who he is, and allow him inside of you to allow the change to happen. Holy Spirit talk, baby.
Yes.
Come through. Come through.
We'll make room for you.
Make room for me. Make room for you.
I'm so happy we had this talk. We're back in the groove.
It was good.
Back in
I
the
like
group,
a
baby.
good chaotic chat.
I do too. I think
just-
you learn a lot.
When you bounce around,
Yeah.
there's no like agenda to it, and like you can just go where faith leads you. I love it.
Yeah.
I just love Jesus.
We need to get her a shirt that just says, "I just love Jesus."
I seriously, and that's in my online study with a group of older ladies. That was one of the things that she goes, "I just love him," and then everybody laughs because it's just, I mean, how can you not? How can you not? You know what I mean? I guess some of you might not know what I mean. I pray for you. I do, because when you get to know him, you just feel different. I don't know how to explain
when
it.
you actually do get convicted going to a church like that you just can mold into, it is like
Life
a
changing.
daily, like kids go to school Monday through Friday.
Mhm.
We go to church Wednesday night and Sunday night. Like it is our routine. It is a daily, it's like us breathing, it's not, it's like
It just
second
becomes a
nature.
part of who you are.
And we wouldn't have it any other way. And if everybody could feel that, I think it would be just,
And you could.
I mean, the church
You
is
could.
multiplying, so it's a movement.
I think
Legit.
I don't think now that I'm starting to understand who God is and getting into the word, I have a lot of way to go though. Okay. So don't rely on
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Go to other people that are way
Go to
more-
your Bible.
Me and Josh are getting off the Cape exit, and I'm asking him all these questions. He's like, I really don't know. And I'm like, but historically, like this and this, and the Bible's really this long, but only these scriptures and these readings were pulled. And like, how does that individual get deemed to decide what was worthy of being in it and what's not? Like, we went on this huge tangent.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I have a lot of questions.
Yeah. Look up to people that have a lot more knowledge, but ultimately, yeah, go to your Bible and allow the word to jump out at you and tell you these things. But, I don't know where I was going with that. I was going to say something.
I'm sure we'll have more studies to do with you guys and catch up and things like that. But this was good.
I
I'm
think
happy
so,
we're
too.
back together, ladies.
I know.
I know, it was nice. I miss this.
We have to keep it rolling.
For sure. Make sure that you guys are still tagging, liking, loving, sharing, posting, like all that stuff with us. We just want to, be that laid back, relatable group of women and moms. And we're one of you. We're not perfect.
Yeah, we're just trying to find our way to Jesus and to represent him a little better than we did yesterday. Hey,
Share what we know.
even if you are just this, and my fingers are almost together. I know you can't see that. They're almost. Even if you did that much better than you did yesterday, Jesus is still proud of you and he still loves you immensely.
Amen.
Ah, I just love Jesus. I just love him.
I was waiting for it.
Oh, gosh. But we will see you next time. We are
Motherhood Unhinged.